Okay, so today I'll be checking out Tabletop Simulator for the first time, and the only reason why, more like Chess Simulator, is because I've been, I failed my challenge a couple weeks ago, like the week before last of chess.com, so whatever, it's over. But from even a bad thing like that, something good comes of it. So Wednesday is like a free format now, where I kind of play whatever Wednesday, anything I feel like. So I did Counter-Strike, it's on a whim, so I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. But it opens up Tuesday as well. I'll still play chess on Tuesday, of course, but I'll do it in some other form. So it doesn't just have to be on these websites like Le Chess or something. That's maybe getting a bit stale. So here it's something totally fresh. Last week I tried Battle Chess and then I did Ultra Chess. So it's like I'm playing chess, but I have to find some other game in which to play it. I'll play it on Roblox was active, or I'll play it on Nintendo Clubhouse 51, where you can play chess as a minigame. And that's the sad thing is it's like kind of hard to find players in these games. Like Chess Ultra is not a bad game, but you can't find anybody to play there, or it's the same people over and over, and it's very limited. You want a game like this where you get 3D pieces and stuff like that, but where there's a vibrant player base. So there is a game that's coming out supposedly this very month, very fortuitous timing, called Chess exclamation mark, and that says that it has built-in integration with LeChess, which means I can play in a 3D format, like whatever, visually seeing the pieces and stuff, which I like a lot actually. But the problem is that, or the good thing is that it integrates with LeChess, so you're not so the game will still be dead like all these other games are, but you're, for whatever reason, nobody likes to use them, but you'll be able to play with your account there against people who are playing on LeChess, which is a pretty active site, obviously. It'd be even better if you had both. Like, you can integrate with chess.com and LeChess and combine them, even though that's not really fair. But you can actually gain rating and stuff, and like that'll be what makes the difference and actually lets me become 2000 plus in a grandmaster, is the 3D visualization of the board. I can't tell whether I really play better like that or not, but I at least enjoy it more. Yeah, we'll play this one, then I don't know what my next one's going to be. Like, I like to keep mixing up this way. So the thing with this game is that it's super active. Like, oh, there's 5,000 people playing it, and I checked the Steam chart. So that's way more active than any of these chess games, where the highest is like 20 people, like with Chess Ultra. But that doesn't mean that they're all playing chess, but there'll still be more people here because it's just a popular game playing chess by chance. So it's kind of like, King of the Sandcastle. I'll be the best chess player in Tabletop Simulator, just like how I was the best chess player in Roblox or something, just because you're picking on little kids who don't even play chess, or who play it like how I used to when I was a kid, very laid back and casual. So I'm sure there's a lot of other fun things, but I'll try to stick to only chess. It even uses that as part of its logo, so I mean, come on. So I don't know exactly how it works, but that's the sad commentary, though. This game is active, therefore so chess will be active in the game. So it's like Roblox has millions of players, so of course, there's always going to be an active chess lobby, even if that's not what the game is meant for or made for. And then even like Nintendo Clubhouse, although that wasn't super active either. Hang on. This is going to like remind me of Gary's mod or something. Like I'll have to keep doing these. I'll try chess in Gary's mod, or I'll try it in Minecraft, or I'll try it in all these games that you can just like kind of do anything with, very open-ended sandboxy type of things. I did that in Neverwinter Nights, just somehow there was some chess mode. So you want to join a chess game that's already going on. And so presumably you don't have to join just like a 1v1 match. You could just, it's kind of bugging out actually. Failed to find any servers. Steam might be down, but I kind of doubt that. Don't tell me it's gonna bug out. What a great first experience. It even says the players right there too. 5,400 something. Single player, multiplayer, hot seat. Fuck off. I just bought it and I just downloaded it for the first time. So it's not just my first time playing chess in this, it's my first time playing it, period. And of course we'll miss out on all the other games, but I'm sure I can save that for another time. Let's see, this is almost something I would do in my Flex format, but it almost doesn't feel, not even that it doesn't feel worthy of it, but okay, Tabletop Simulator. Oh, this is going to be like my Destiny stream the first time, just a troubleshooting thing. Can't find servers. What a great start. No servers found. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Turning what on? Done it myself. Are you sure you forwarded them to the right IP? No servers found. You don't see servers, try restarting Steam. An issue with Steam. Okay, fine. So stupid, man. like my expectation with games is not very high. Like you download it, you haven't done anything to it, right? It's not like, oh, I have some mod or I have some, you've done nothing. You just bought it, you downloaded it, you played it, and it doesn't work. Like, why should that ever be the case with anything ever? Especially something that has a pretty good reputation. Like this game is pretty well received and beloved. Although it wasn't as active on Twitch as I thought. I thought this would be a great category. Or maybe it was at some point. I know Northernline, one of my favorite, gaming content creators ever, would play it at times. I remember seeing him in the category, but I wouldn't actually watch. That's the main reason actually why I don't watch people. Number one, I don't have time, first of all. But second of all, it's a case where basically I wouldn't want to spoil stuff that I haven't played. And you might think that's silly, like, oh, what are you going to spoil in Tabletop Simulator? But even that, mechanically, I find, somehow just very fresh to go in and try it. It's not going to work, is it? Why is what I do just like cursed, man? Oh no, it is here, but now how would I exactly find? Oh, fuck, man. I mean, I'm sure people are still doing it, but how would you even know what these things are? Chess might have some Arkham Horror cards, custom. How can chess not appear here any way at all? Like, are you fucking serious? I guess I could host it myself, but I don't understand because board game, Slay the Spire, also another Northernline game. Let's see, Tabletop Simulator chess. So I guess I'm just fucked that nobody actually plays it. Chess time lapse. Tabletop Simulator have chess. It does have it, but what does that mean? Like, I don't get it. So not one person out of these 5,000 is playing it. That seems impossible, but I'll host it myself, I guess. I don't know how this works. Chess. Public. That's so sad that, well, max player would have to be 1 because, or does that include myself? Because we're just playing against them directly. And I also don't know what that means. Classic. Like, why would this be so difficult? I'm color white, so now I'd have to wait for somebody to join in, and I hope they do. Or you could be playing against a bot. Or see, it just lets you cheat, too. That's kind of sad. You would think there'd be some sort of a save and load DLC, some sort of a community for it on here. There'd at least be one person playing it. This is what I would do if I was Benjamin Feingold or Hikaru. It wouldn't be enough to, and maybe they have dicked around and stuff like this, but it wouldn't be enough just to play chess. I would do all kind of weird things with it. But that's what I wanted to do originally, was just like, yeah, see, this is better than Chess Ultra right there. The fact that you can do all this shit, move around. Oh, that's awesome how it shows your icon there too. Be quiet. We're playing a game of chess here. Stop coughing, because whenever you go to a chess event, it's notorious that you can just hear people constantly coughing in the background. This is actually a pretty similar environment to my art too, where it's like a game with gods or whatever, where like aliens come to invade the Earth, and the alien is controlling black, and it's like Space Jam, where if he wins, they'll destroy the Earth and enslave everybody and stuff. So the guy sitting here face palming because he's about to lose, and you see all like this fire and shit in the background. So they're sitting in the woods like on a rock, or they're playing on a rock, and it's like they're sitting in the woods, so you can see all the grass on fire and stuff in the background. So it just kind of actually makes me think of that. So it seems pretty much like dead. So maybe I won't play that, but I'm sure there's a lot of interesting things to look at. I'm just kind of sad. Like, you're trying to tell me there's not one person doing it? How can that be? Or I guess there is one, but that one would be me. That's so sad. There must be something I'm missing. Surely there must be. Or quite frankly, I don't even know how it works, because, like, how would it be listed? Like, it would have to be 1 out of 2, which there isn't even anything like that. Bone Mason. This is so dumb. Like, I've tried 2 weeks in a row to make something fun out of chess, but it just, you're not allowed to have fun in chess. It's like Hearthstone in 2023. Like, I try to play it in battle chess, but it's not fun because you can't play against other people. Then I try to play it in Chess Ultra, but it's also dead. Then I try to play it in, which I'm still undefeated in, by the way. I've never lost a game in Chess Ultra. I've only drawn a couple. Even when I was badly losing, I still got out of there. Gathering the Magic. Some of these could maybe get you in trouble too because they're like, this is dumb though. Maybe there's one that's just like board games. What? I just don't understand how it works, I guess. I'll spend the whole time just trying to find a game of chess and I won't be able to. Chess tabletop simulator. Whenever I talk like that, it means I'm typing it into Google. I guess this game is just too old. Like, it would have been good, but Portal Chess, 4-player chess, Star Wars chess. Like, what are these and why can't I find them? Maybe you need like some kind of mod. Does it have chess? How do you pick a seat? Top right button with your name on it. Right click, change color. Click one of the glowing dots on the table. Should assign your seat color. That must be once you're already in the server, though. I think I'll try to host it again. Otherwise, I'll just play like other stuff, which is kind of sad. Host a multiplayer thing. It was public, clearly. And it's just called chess, so that should be perfectly fine. And so, let's see. And dominoes, backgammon. I guess you can't really hold it against the game itself. But look at these cool arenas. Only thing that's immersion breaking is the fact that it's like floating above the fucking ground. Every time I see a church now, I'm triggered by the Mentalist finale that was so shitty. Just hide a gun under there and have a fucking pigeon in your pocket. That'll be enough to take down the greatest serial killer of all time in fucking fiction history that they build him up to be. The resolution on that's a little shitty, but what am I supposed to do here? I don't know how you play against AI either. Draw. Yeah, you have to simulate like writing the notation down like you would in real life. Give me a piece of paper. Zone, line, flick, combine, text, gizmo, decal, point, objects, music, notebook, flip the table. Why even have to ask me? Lift height. Stop looking for players. Like, I will wait, but how would I even know? Like, okay, I'll move the... And how does it really enforce the rules? I guess it's my server, so I can kick them out. I can just play against myself. What is all this? Yeah, chess is no fun without music. That's half the reason why I actually enjoyed playing it. Takes me back to my old school days. Like, oh, I would play WoW or something and listen to music in the background or all these kind of other things. That'd be like a good React Andy kind of thing. When I'm like a kid and I'm playing WoW all day and I'm, just whatever, doing daily quests, grinding, farming and stuff, and just having fun and watching like a movie or something on the side, right, in one tab. And so I'm watching a movie, I'm playing a game, and it's like, wow, imagine a scenario where you could make a living actually doing that. Wink, wink. Modern React culture where like XQC is watching fucking TikToks and playing a game or whatever. And it's like, that's actually a viable thing to do, but you would never have imagined doing that. Fully scripted chess. But again, nobody's actually playing it, so it's pointless. Chess on TTS. The mod is a work on progress. I don't know how you tell like what the activity actually is. This is such a dumb thing, man. I thought chess was supposed to be such a popular, overplayed kind of game. I really am hoping this one comes out. Man, what amazing timing, though. I had no idea what this even was, but then right when I fail my challenge and right when I need it to be like an active chess game, which there is zero, just to be clear, there is 0 active chess games that you can play in the world that anybody else plays. None. Not Chess Ultra, not this, nothing. So you would have to literally play on one of these websites, which is fine, like Chess or chess.com. But even then, you still do, because this one game that might be is going to integrate and cheat the process. Like, oh, our game's not dead, even though it is. It's just that we're playing against people on a website anyway. I'll play against myself, dude. Fuck it. It's just kind of hard to do sometimes objectively. Like, I'm not trying to throw the game, but trying to think, like, what would I... It's just no fun. It's not even fun, really, to play against AI. You gotta flex your ego against low-rated players. And fucking the bird's eye view variant, where you can barely see what you're doing. Which isn't that unthinkable, because... you'd basically be in a position where... you could just play it blindfolded anyway. So here, you could just do that, force me to come here, and then Why is it so hard to get such a simple thing right? Like, all you want to do is, I'm gonna lose track of who just made the move too, because oh, you'd have to manually do it. It does seem like you could cheat. This is like one of those Yu-Gi-Oh simulators, fan-made KCVDS and stuff, where you could just break the rules and do any random shit. Like how I just knocked it over. So like you could just kind of fuck over your opponent. And so just as an honor code, you wouldn't do that, but it's kind of weird. Like you can just do whatever you want. Put it on the top. How come that one knocked it over, but this one didn't? Is it accounting for the fact that it couldn't capture like that? Or no, I just did it in a different way. Um, Kind of disappointing. Modding, workshop, scripting, tags, edit tags. There's nothing special about this. It is searching for players, but there's just nobody playing, so I guess I won't do it. That's so sad. Why is it so hard to find any game like this? What a weird category. Like, find an active chess game that people actually play. Not a website, but a game. And there is just no such thing in the world, I guess. We'll just join something random, I guess, and just try it. Or what kind of things are people even doing? Root, jigsaw. It's sometimes hard to figure out like what exactly you have to be careful, because some things will game volume, MP3 volume, voice input, no. Push to talk, voice output, no. Microphone, whatever, shouldn't be on in the first place. Blocked. But yeah, there should be a safe mode or a streamer mode where it'll blacklist anything that's like actually whatever, mature content or something. Magic the Gathering Commander. I guess we can go in some sort of weird order, but I'll at least go with the ones that catch my eye. Or a lot of these have passwords anyway. Custom Villainous Disney. We will do like a permadeath round robin type of thing. Just 18 plus. Like if we lose one, we get like one life in each mode that we play. Spirit Island Can Teach. We're playing Slay the Spire. Settlers of Catan scripted. Catan No Fish. Catan Explorers and Pirates. PDBG Fast. Pokemon Deck Building Game. Patron Server. What does that mean, patron, though? Like, I'm not a patron, but I can still join it. Okay, I don't know what this is. I guess maybe I'm playing it at a time that is not the best, like, not like the time of day, but like it's been out for so long that maybe it sort of died out, but it would have been more exciting before. Let's see. You have to go by this regardless. Why can't you just do like a normal fucking game? Magic the Gathering casual, kind of like my normal playthrough of it anyway, except it's full. There seem to be a lot of Magic the Gathering based ones. And clearly I'm an expert on that. What did I even click? Monopoly? Choose color. Okay, so I'm pink, but what's happening? I have no idea what's going on. Or everybody's going to be talking with their mic. It's too convoluted. Like, I don't want to join in the middle of something. I've been kicked, but then why is it public? Like, I don't understand what it is. It's very, like, unintuitive. Like, what did I do wrong? I joined a server that anybody can join. If you don't want people to join, then make it private. Or everybody's gonna be like fucking mic clowns. Outer Worlds, board, Oath, Arkham Horror. This is like just what happened last time, where I go in excited to play Battle Chess, but there's no oh. Yeah, so why the fuck doesn't that appear on the thing? Who knows? Choose a color. Okay, I'll be pink. Or is that an AI? Strange Owl. Do I get to play after something? I don't mind even playing the same people over and over. Just let me play the game, period. Or like, show me the game browser while I do this, and then show me, will this show up in chats? I don't know what this is, dude. It's sort of scuffed how it's set up because it's so unclear. Like, nothing makes sense. It's like, why didn't chess show up then if I'm literally in it? Makes no sense. It would be CH. I don't know how else it could be organized. Why? Whatever, dude. Yeah, the one person who actually wants to play chess, you're gonna kick them. Why doesn't it show up, first of all? Or it does. Just do it yourself, I guess. I'll literally just sit here the whole episode. Who cares, man? Kind of a buzzkill situation. Or this is the one thing, sometimes I say I'm grateful to be a small streamer so people don't spoil stuff like the Oberdin and whatnot. But in this case, you kind of wish you were at least a little bigger, so then you would just play against viewers the whole time. But, you know, that also has a downside. They'll snipe you, they'll try to troll you, things like that. Where the fuck is it even? Here. Now you would just wait for somebody to join. I don't know how the whole colors things work. Like you reserve a spot at the table, and then they kick you every time. Like how long would I have to wait to do this? I'll literally just do this the whole time because all I want to do is chess, or maybe I'll look for another one. It's just kind of a sad day, I guess, in chess history, where you have all these cool ways to potentially play it, but you just can't because there's nobody ever playing it. Chess active 3D game. And of course, no results found because there's no such thing in the universe. Join the future of chess, a 3D VR multiplayer game with chess integration. That's a very good. Well, even the VR part is superfluous. But that is the exact one that we're talking about. That was 1 month ago. Meta community forums. 3D chess general discussions. Yeah, all these games, it's almost like a PSA. Don't buy any chess games on Steam because none of them are active. So unless you want to play against bots, it's a waste of money because you'll never find a match ever in any of them. That's so dumb. They're all dead. The Biden administration is playing 3D chess with China. Somebody actually was hosting a server there, but I don't know who it is, and this is kind of good to show the raw experience too. Forget about playing it, with a viewer. That's what games like DayZ and whatever, certain ones, Rust and stuff, maybe are a little deceptive. Not saying they're bad games or they don't have value, but sometimes you see streamers doing it and it's like, oh, it makes it seem like different than what it is. They could take a dead game or a very convoluted game and turn it into something else because they have the community behind it to do whatever they want or to create the content out of it. In this case, you'd be in a situation where this is what it would actually be like if you come home from a day of work. It's like, oh, I want to play a game of chess with a 3D board. So the only way to do that is to physically sit across from somebody like the old days, or to actually play against AI. There's no way to actually do it otherwise. Like, there really wouldn't be a single person. I'm actually going to be very stubborn this way, I guess. Chess is a game played between two opponents on opposite sides of the board, containing 64 squares of alternating colors. Each player has 16 pieces. How much does it really enforce the rules, though? Because it doesn't seem like it does. Server permissions, grid, lighting, physics, hands, disable unused, hiding default. Yeah, you really don't see it one way or another. You know what the most active chess game actually is on Steam? It's actually fucking FPS chess, like some sort of gimmick, obviously. Which I did play that for the first time a while ago, too. I forget when that was or how that was, because I normally don't have a day for stuff like that. But I guess I was taking a day specifically to do that. I could just play on with chess. I mean, that would be a possibility. I haven't played on there actually in a long time. And actually, it won't even work. What? Oh, no, now it is. Yeah, I haven't been on there since before I started the chess.com challenge, so it would have been like the end of June, right, when I did that one stream talking about Claude Bloodgood and whatever. I was just kind of dicking around playing 10-minute games. Maybe I should do it like that, but I don't know how allowable that would be. Like, I'll play on the chess while I wait for somebody to appear here, and if they do, then I'll play here instead. But I'm actually hoping for that one game to rescue me because it's exactly what I'm looking for, but I would have never thought that it would be this hard to find or that there would be no other way to do it. And I don't know why I keep getting kicked. Maybe they expect you to have like voice chat or something, but shouldn't even I appear in there? Like, where is mine? Or maybe it won't show you your own. Now they'll just kick me yet again. So you want to do a 1v1 match, but you allow 3 players in there, and you want to make it public. Like, I don't get it. Literally one person in the world playing this shit, dude. I can't do it. Oh, God. Not one game. You literally have a better experience playing it in Roblox or something else. Why the fuck should that be the case? Because at least there were people there. Those weren't bots. Or at least it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to... looks like a law office or something. What the fuck is this place? You're going to be able to basically... I don't know. AI is going to become so good that you won't be able to tell the difference. Not good in the sense that it's perfect, but quite the opposite, that it feels sort of dynamic and unpredictable in such a way that you'd be able to never figure it out. Stop looking for players. When did you ever start? Like, will it give me some sort of notification? I guess I wouldn't even know. I'll leave this in the background and I'll play on the chest just because I'm not really enjoying this, I guess. And I have to change my category too, which I shouldn't have to do. But then again, that's applicable to this anyway. If I change it to chess, then, well, first of all, I don't have to change my title because of what it was. But also, wait, 55 viewers. That must be all from me. It went from like 18 to 55 in that short a span of time. I'll change it to chess and I'll play on the chess, but then I'll have this in the background just in case somebody ever wants to join. But it's not like I have that much time anyway. I would have to, this would be my first time logging into the chess since literally June, right? The end of June. Or in fact, I forgot that I even need my authenticator for it. Because for whatever reason, it forces you to do that. Or I even have the streaming sort of set up on there, but I'm not going to use it now because I'm kind of multi-boxing or whatever. Okay, so this is actually my first time playing on the chess in a super long time. Only a couple months, I guess, but it's always my backup escape option. So we are 1700 in the context of in classical. So just to try to understand, I'm not even going to play a classical game, I don't think. Or maybe I should just to show my resolve here. Like, obviously, that's just because I haven't played in so long, but it was legit. Over 500 games, most of them rated, or it even tells you they're 527. That's kind of hard to poke a hole in. And again, that puts you in like the top 6,000 players on the site in the world, just because not many people maybe play it on here, but I'm going to totally forget about the server, but who even cares? It's dead anyway. That's so sad. I keep trying to make things off chance, but I can't do it, I guess. You know what? Maybe it's just meant to be for me to do that, because what do I have to lose? I don't have any permadeath formats or anything on here. I just play for fun. But I guess if I get to 1750 and then fall below 17, then that would still count. But of course, that would never happen, even though it just happened on chess.com. So we'll do it here. I don't know if that sound was from this or from that. I still do want to play that, even if I get a chance to. The problem with this is basically I was really struggling with 10-minute games in the context of chess.com. I won't use that as an excuse, though, because I've had plenty of other opportunities. I had a 50-point cushion, so that's when you know, like, I'm okay with that loss, because I did what I was supposed to do, kind of. I just wanted to see how far I could get under that circumstance, and I guess it wasn't very far. 1300 is the max that any human being can get. I don't care if you're Magnus Carlsen, anything, without studying an immense amount like these people obviously do. Just for context, like, think about Andre. Andre is like a try hard. He knows opening theories as well as 2,000 plus players. He studied it for a long time. He brags about it. His dad's an IM who, again, it doesn't matter whether he even coaches him or not, just like having that influence. I don't have access to an IM in any capacity, even if it's just for motivation or to say how shitty I am to motivate me to try to, you know, become better or whatever. He's getting coached by 2,400 ace on the chess, and he's only 1,500 on that site. Now, is that me making fun of him or saying that's bad, or is that me recognizing that 1,500 is apparently serious business that requires all those things I described? Wouldn't you think that 1,500 just means that you just play the game kind of casually and just kind of dick around? Because that's clearly not what it is at all. Like, it is actually hardcore. Like, you could go back and look at Paul Morphy's games and realize objectively that, you know, Paul Morphy is not doing things that 1,500s here are doing on chess.com especially. Like, they're not. They know opening theory. They know all these things. Like, that he didn't know because the access to it wasn't available, but it's so dumb. Like, that's not what chess is about at all. Actually, it's exactly what it's about, though, unfortunately, because it's this borrowed knowledge clown show that, you know, people never get tired of. We're not really playing for anything here as far as conditions, formats, but it is a case where I would like to up this a little bit. I always said I should try to keep them within 100 of each other, by which I just mean, like, if I'm 17 in classical, which is the format that I really care about on here, and I do love the fact that it separates the two, I should always be 16 in rapid, but I'm obviously not. Oh yeah, that was a bust, dude. I just spent $20 on it. Like, I'm not a rich guy. I can't afford to keep doing this shit if I can't even play these games. I just bought Battle Chess last week. Like, what's going on, dude? None of these games are fucking worth anything. I should give them all negative reviews, in fact, not to any fault of their own entirely, but just because you can't play them against other people. There should be some sort of tag like that, like a tag to describe, oh, board game, turn-based, this and that. How about dead? How about single player only? Even though it says multiplayer on there, like, it's just not legitimate. What the fuck do I do? Double stacked pawns are fine. Oh, that was just so you could move that? Okay. So you would get a little cheeky check fork, but it wouldn't actually work. Why does everything sound so quiet? Must be going deaf from the excitement of chess. Like, that shouldn't affect it, just the fact that that's running in the background. What do we got here? He comes there, I can easily take, and I kind of want to, even though I don't want to because it allows him to undouble the pawn. So that's always a good incentive, logical razor not to do it. Now, if he doesn't do it, then... If he doesn't take, then I could double take, but I still can't double take. But it would mean that... No, he can still undouble the pawn, though, too. That's the problem. It doesn't help anything at all, actually. I would have to triple attack it, which I could still technically do. He brings the bishop, I could still take. Zero friends. Does that mean that everybody unfriended me, or is it too late? Because I haven't been on here in so long. Maybe that could be a thing. Let's actually look. How many friends does it say I actually have? Oh no, everybody's... Oh shit, I have a lot. I mean, basically, anytime anybody challenges me, I pretty much add them. Peter Shaw is like 2,600. For some reason, I've had the privilege of encountering even people like this. I could attack him there too, but again, this is kind of a useless gesture. Because what is it really doing for me? He takes, I could take. He takes, I could take. Take. Yeah, just don't get 3 brilliant moves, which there aren't even brilliant moves on the site, but somehow people always end up doing shit like that. Like, I got that 3 brilliant moves played against me at 1,300 on chess.com. It's one of 2 scenarios, one of which I never say. Like, either he's cheating or he's just a god gamer, a god chess player, even though it doesn't matter, because it's like, if you are that good, then why are you 1,300? Like, what does it mean? And I hate these higher rated players fluffing themselves to say, like, oh, ha ha, you know, it just means that chess is that good and complicated and competitive. But it can be competitive at 2,000 plus. It can be competitive in a professional context. Why the fuck is it competitive at literally, like, at literally 1,300? It makes no sense at all. I don't actually know what this does, because it's a case where you'd have to target it and then I'm trapped, but I could at least double take, which maybe doesn't have tremendous value, but it's just something. Still +2. So yeah, this has been a very strange experience, but in a way, maybe it's the right time. I don't know. I'm not going to try to justify my failures, but I will say that I think I played generally pretty well. Like, if you want to tell me my max capped out level is 1700 on here in classical and 1300 on chess.com, I'm fine with that. Like, that's good enough. Then I'll just study the rest of my life, try to whatever get as far as I want, because that's the kind of nature of how I feel about chess. Is just like, if you want to get somewhere with it, you can get somewhere with it. Just study, and it's really that simple in a way that if you had infinite time to study, maybe you would be Magnus. It's just a difference of how can you fit that much studying and stuff into one lifetime, which is pretty stupid to do, obviously. But to do it in a reasonable amount of time is very, well, it wouldn't even be reasonable, though. That's the thing. I don't know what's actually happening. You double stacked, but it did absolutely nothing. Now you're so desperate that you're going to start to push your pawn to this extent. Push it again, it still doesn't matter, or it kind of does matter. You push it and I take, but then even if you double take, it doesn't matter. Or even if you take now, it also doesn't matter. That's actually much better for me because I don't even have to worry about displacing the pawns at all. And now you're setting up for whenever you take, you're gonna check as well. You could just leave that there. But you can't do this. That's the only problem. You want to move the king and put the rook, but you don't want to do it in such a way that obstructs. No. You would have to sack the thing for just. Okay, that was a very. How would you even know to think that? How would that even occur to you that fast? That's always what I question. Like, how are these people so fast? You can be good, although even that I question too. But okay, dude, you could take. Can't really do much about it. I guess I could try to take and check here, maybe. You could go like this, and then I wouldn't be encouraged to take very much. That's pretty good for him, I guess. If you take, I take back. So I kind of have these moments where I just either give up or lose interest in such a way that I get kind of annoyed by the position. Like, I think I'm winning and then I'm just not because I miss something or I get sort of lax. Like, I was in control of this game the whole way, but now I'm just going to fuck it up. I'm going to trade in a way that I don't have to do. There's nothing that he can actually take as a result of doing this, so what's the point of it? There's no tactic here that I can see. There's just nothing. Now here he could give a check and obviously take, so I basically just... This is chess in a nutshell. Just move back and forth until the end of time and fuck it. It's fine, dude. Play for a draw every time. Who cares? All because I was trying to put the rooks on the H file, but in the act of doing that, it just fucked up my whole position. So he has a double stacked pawn. Everything's fine. He doesn't have the passed pawn. Now we can start to roam here if he's going to keep both of these committed to there. And as soon as he moves a single one of them, I can move. So... Covering. Or this becomes kind of maybe awkward for him to deal with because... Not really, though. Or it does, because if you take, then I take. And if you don't take, then I can still take. This is a level of brilliance that you have to display. In the sense that, oh shit, but he still somehow gets me for it. What if I go here first? Then even if he takes, I can still take and check. So maybe that still makes it worth it. You would take, I would take and check. You would do something, and then you would probably still end up being able to take here in some way. You could take there. I can't take back. I could come... No. It's already covered, though, so I don't have to do that. Come to here. You threaten to take. His king comes in. Okay, I could take. What is he thinking that's really going to work out so well here is the question. That's perfectly fine. I mean, it's setting up to be a draw, but it's certainly a hard-fought one. Put so much time and effort and everything in a broad sense, too. And you end up just losing because... Or you end up not even getting a conclusive result. How fun is that? You literally give me threefold repetition. I'm down on time, too. Like, what do you want me to do? I didn't even mean to decline it. I just meant to, I I just meant to literally make the move, so it auto cancels it. Yeah, that is one weird feature on here. It doesn't automatically do a threefold repetition. You actually have to basically claim it. But the way that he's playing now, I should actually get this maybe. Because, no, like I shouldn't even do it. Or is that somehow going to help him? But he can't come through. That might actually help me. He lets me take, he can't come through, so he's basically fucked. What? What happened? I don't even understand it myself. I don't feel like I even deserve that, really, but okay. Oh, now I'm going to get all these boosted rates, of course. Now I'm cheating. Abusing provisional privileges here. Now that's what I call white privilege. Ha ha ha. So it has nothing to do with being white. That's one of the dumbest terms I've ever heard in my life. Like you're making it about something that is clearly not about. Even if you want to say like, oh, it's conquerors, like, oh, you're the descendants of the Roman Empire and all these European countries, like the British Empire. That's fine, but it's still not a function of what they make it about. So it might still make the same point, but you're making it about something dumb, right? That has no inherent connection to it. I almost want to play a 30-minute game, but what I really wanted to play was this, but it just doesn't exist, so I can't do it. Yeah, now look at that. It'll show in my Steam like X number of hours played because whatever. Okay, so I guess we could do a couple more. We'll get, yeah, this is kind of a cheese way to do it too. I'll get to 16 if I just win a couple games here. But the problem is that you're getting this provisional boost. So is that really fair? There's something that happens to me psychologically where I get like way too overconfident, I guess, after I win like even a single game or whatever. And then I try not to let that get to me, but it does obviously affect my play, I'm sure. I had a 50-point cushion on chess.com, right, for my permanent challenge, and then I lose like 7 games in a row because over the course of like multiple games, multiple days, I mean, like 2 weeks in a row, I didn't win a single game. And so I didn't even fail because of time. I would still have until November 1st to do it, right? So I have still a month left, but I basically just fell below after hitting the 50 mark. So that's not like a checkpoint. It's an anti-checkpoint in the sense that if you're able to hit the 50 mark, then you can't fall below the 100 mark, below it. So obviously it's almost a bad thing, but it's a good way to sort of encourage something that, you shouldn't be losing that many games anyway. That shouldn't be happening anyway. So it's okay. Kind of a weird knight move. I'm not really too sure what that entails exactly. Even if you come here, it wouldn't do anything. Even if you come anywhere with that, it's not going to do a whole lot. You could do that, give a check, and then still take. The problem is he'll take with the queen, so then that take doesn't... Oh, no. Because it double stacks the pawns, like that doesn't scare me too much. Now you have a one-track mind. We're trying to open this pawn, let's say. I'm just sort of craving something different from chess. Even if I was doing that ladder, like I still wanted something like that to happen. Like, oh, I'm doing my chess.com permanent challenge and I'm trying to play it on some other third-party app that just sort of integrates with the site and the rating system. That's all you care about with these websites is that the ratings actually feel meaningful somewhat. People would still mock it in the FIDE context, but it's like, it at least feels like it's the best you're going to get. And it's like reasonably competitive or whatever. So if he takes, I win the game. These are 1500s, by the way, just to be clear. These are actual 1500s. I don't know if you could tell, but... because basically a 1500 in chess is a god. They know opening theory as well as a grandmaster. They're just absolutely... They get 3 brilliant moves on an average level. Or wait, I'm sorry. That's not a 15. That's a 1300. Fuck's sake. Like, I don't know what to say about that. I will never accuse somebody of cheating. That's one thing I'll never have among many in common with Magnus Carlsen. But what the fuck is that? Either it is that or it's just like... They're way too good, so they shouldn't be here with a clown like me. So as much as I'm tempted to play a classical game, let's just try to farm this shit out. Look how easy this will make it. I'm clearly not getting overconfident either. Or yeah, just let me play as white every time. That is kind of cheese, because even if the matchups are the same, but I guess you're gaining more and you're losing more too, and so it basically feels like you can just keep quitting. That's the whole beauty of my permanent challenges that I fail. I'll fail one and then I'll come back and then I'll get a provisional boost that'll make me think like, oh, I'm finally making progress. And then as soon as the boost runs out, then I start to get my ass beat and I fail again. That could, what the fuck? That could actually be true in some vague way. So I sense a clown. I have like a sixth sense for clowns, and I'm just very good at telling. Or it could be, yeah, what if that happened too, though? Like, what if that was a Smurf GM? Like, it's Hikaru on an alternate account doing a speed run, right? And then I'll get the rating back. So if I went back to my chess.com account, then I would see that basically I would get that rating back. So I wouldn't be, because it's a difference of one game. So if I would be over 1300 now and I wouldn't have failed because I technically lost to somebody who was actually cheating. But yes, they might refund your rating, but it fucks up stuff like that. If you try to actually, okay, dude, what are you doing? This actually should be fine because it's just like, whatever you do, I certainly have cover for it. So you could bring this so it's not a big deal. I want to bring this so you would have the potential of the bishop to do something there. This is a little bit odd, or in fact, that's terrific. That's a really impressive move because it allows you to... Well, it's okay, but it would allow you to take that if I move the king anywhere else, and the act of moving it here is very suboptimal and awkward. Like, when will it just be accepted by people that, like, I'm just good at chess? Like, I'm just naturally, innately better than everybody else, and I'm just the best player ever? Like, when would that happen? What would you have to do to prove that? I guess you would have to, like, start at a young age, because anything you do now would feel like, oh, haha, you're 28 years old. You know, did you know what Magnus did by 28? He was already world champion and this and that. But it's like he also started at a lot younger age, and he also... you know, played a lot more over the years and stuff, so it's not a fair comparison even that way. You have to commit so much to it that it doesn't really feel right. Which maybe you could say that, oh, that's true with anything, but it's kind of not, because you can just, I don't know, it relies a bit too much on that, or it feels like an equalizing factor. Like, if you just put enough time in, you're going to be guaranteed to get better. You're not going to, like, you know, never improve. If you put in enough time, you'll eventually get better. That's the thing. So it's just a net positive situation. You could do this. You can't even take back at all. So this person's really bad. One of the rare cases where I switch categories and I don't have to change my title. In fact, it's more appropriate for this one than it was for the other one, where it's like, whatever, it was like, you could do this, you could trade. I almost don't even want to, but it's okay because, I don't know, you'd have like a triple attack on there, which is great. So whatever happens here should be good. You attack into that, into attacking into that. If you push it, I can't really do a whole lot. Or I could take here. That's actually a good threat, because no matter what you do, I'm going to take a rook here one way or the other. Either you take this or you let me take this and then take that. How can you deal with both together? You can't. Which is still like a 6 for 6, so that's not even that good, but I think under the... Wait, what? Or no, never mind. You didn't have a cover, so it's not a 6 for 6. Okay, that's pinned. It's okay. It's covered. It's an octopus knife, so... its whole intention is just to sit there anyway, or now you can take in a comfortable way. Give me a pass pawn, which it already is a pass pawn, I guess. Let's see. could take that, but it almost doesn't bother me too much at all. That's all I don't like about the low level is like so much of it is just like if you just look at what's happening, you can deal with it. So there's nothing to feel proud of with that. But that's also what I like the most is like this natural improvisational style. What I don't like is this preconceived notion that like, you know, after people have done it for a certain amount of time, of course they're going to be better because they're just more familiar with things. But like, I love to see that initial state of it. Like, how good are you the first time you play, or how good are you, you know, before you learn or before you study too much? It's not even like to show off that way. It's just to enjoy it on a more base level. Like, it's something that's kind of hard to explain, but borrowed knowledge is not like as impressive to me, I guess, as it is to other people. I don't think you can pre-move multiple moves on here, or maybe you can. Now, if you actually look at what my Centipon thing is going to be here, it might not even be that good. It's just that he played like a total clown. So maybe that's sometimes how I make people look better, but that still doesn't justify like three moves, like 3 brilliant moves that like what we saw. I remember there was some sort of icon stuff like that here, where it's basically like showing you some sort of analysis, but I forget, where it would show you like the symbols for stuff, right? I forget how you actually do that. 92% accuracy, 26 Centipon loss, 1 blunder, which is just to miss the pawn take. Those are the kind of blunders that I don't mind, whereas it showed me like some new tooltip, fucking use your keyboard or something. I don't mind those where it's like you're missing a winning move rather than missing a losing one. Like, wait, where's the evaluation bar though? Oh, I'm so used to the chess.com one. Wait, but isn't there still? Oh no, it's here. Never mind. I'm stupid. Your chance to qualify, cost covered with a 50,000 prize fund. Starting in October 2022. Like, imagine actually going there though. Like, why would I want to go there? $2,000 prize fund event with the winner qualifying. I thought this was so funny the first time I saw it, like a different post like this, because it didn't say that your costs were covered, even though they were. So it's like, wow, it would cost me more than that just to get there in the first place. Just to, you make me fly in a plane halfway across the world just to play a board game. Oh, look at that. Some people actually are connecting. Captain Crack Sparrow. Okay, so just play like a normal game. How about that? Oh, here we go. This is all I wanted. I like the little hand icon that it shows. Everything nice. Let's do brings the queen. We could just ignore it for now. Let's just go like that. Maybe need to zoom in a little more here. How much is this to really ask for? Although, see here, it's sort of implied blitz. Nobody wants to take like 10 minutes and make them wait. It feels kind of like this isn't what I would typically do, but oops. As I don't mind doing, I was actually accidentally moving the knight. Nothing new is going on with this. You just have to move back to there, but you'll just let me take. See, these people are going to be like really bad, I guess. Okay, at least he's playing respectfully. I don't know how much. Like, the fact that it's my server would make you think that I could just kick you if you cheat, but he's just going to flip the table or something dumb. You could take the bishop, which is still a pretty favorable trade, but it's like, you know, you probably should do it, I guess. Or you won't do it, huh? You move there. I'll go ahead. I'll castle like that. You have to do kind of manually. You'll bring the little light square bishop there, and then I'll simply move it there. It's not completely dead, but it doesn't give you like a very good notification, maybe whether you're able to basically. Oh, that's kind of confusing because I don't know what's going on. We could go here, and that would allow you to basically. That would allow you to basically stop him from castling for the time being, so at least you'd have to do something with a pawn. It doesn't feel like it's actually regulated too much by the game itself, but it lets you play it. Okay, you go ahead and... Or wait, he fucks it up. Speaking of not being automated, so let's go to, whoops. Let's go like here for now, and then I'll figure out, or no. Here. So he could take, I could take, he could take, I could still take. I swear it makes it actually a lot more fun. It's almost like playing the game in real life with a real board. Like what a novel, crazy concept that I never like do that. What do I do? Block that. Oh, wait, did I just cheat? I'm not even paying attention to what he's doing. I thought he just moved that, but I'm not even looking. Fuck. That's the only thing I don't like, is if he'll just flip the table once he loses, or there's no way it's actually gonna keep track of stuff properly. I don't really want to take that, but I guess I will. You put it on top of his head. Or he's better about doing that than I am. He moves the sucker up, and then you're able to basically move the knight. I'm in a reasonable spot. I'm not winning by much, although he kind of gave up a piece for nothing. And it wasn't trapped. He could have just moved back with the bishop. This is like what it shows you what kind of game chess is, though. Like, this is what you have to do to combat burnout, or this is what you have to do to keep the game interesting and exciting. I would have never become a grandmaster, I'll say, in 10 years, looking back, like, without the Star Wars piece set on the chess, or without, isn't his still move? He hasn't moved yet. You know, without the Star Wars piece set, or this or that, I would have never become a GM. Without playing it on Tabletop Simulator, I would have never become a GM. Without all this kind of crazy crap. So if he moves up, I can take. As long as the H file doesn't open, I won't be able to. Wow, that's my first time ever saying what the notation is correctly in my life without having to think about it or look at it. Because I just know that that's kind of a stigmatized reason. The reason why I know it isn't because I'm so smart and I know what I'm doing. It's because I'm a fucking clown and I always get mated by Simply and people like that, offensive players, in the context of whatever kind of game that I play, like a very defensive-minded thing. If he raises the pawn, I'm in perfectly good shape. These players are not going to be particularly good, but then again, neither am I. But then again, I've played it, I guess, enough to maybe feel a certain way about it. You could go like this, I guess. It's hard to even keep track of the notation, though, and the movements and stuff. But I guess we're kind of doing it. Because, like, sometimes I just kind of fall asleep on their turn, and I'm not even paying attention. So, like, did he move yet or not? I don't even know. I just get lost in whatever I'm talking about or thinking about, which is clearly not why I'm so bad at the game or something. Wait, what? Oh, fuck. Well, we get it. We get it. Okay. He's playing at least very respectfully and honorably, so that I can appreciate. So we find a game, and a couple of people actually joined in such a way that felt kind of very, very nice. That, like, even though I'm not paying attention, there should be like a better notification for it, I guess. It's not completely dead, but it's not completely great either. I like this pawn structure that we built up because it's very impenetrable, basically. Take, 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 take. You could never get this quality of gameplay in terms of the game itself that we're playing with respect to, fuck. You know, even Hikaru is not going to be playing this game or whatever. You pin that sucker down. If he takes, I still take. Opens up room for the knight. Got to kind of zoom in a bit to really appreciate what's going on, but I do like it. If he comes to there, so let him go here. I don't care. Let him go take. I can still take. So the only question is, like, will the queen be able to slip in there? But I guess for now, I don't really care too much. What do I do? You try to come up to here, I guess. If he takes with the pawn, I don't care. If he doesn't take with the pawn, I don't care. So which one would I rather open? I guess in keeping with our H-file fear, I should probably do it. Fuck. I like all the physics and stuff. So he took, I took. Now he's going to try to come here. I'm going to try to come there and just try to mate him, which might be hard to avoid doing at this stage, because even if he goes down, I could still take the rook there. What if I just ignore it now? Fuck what he's doing and just try to go for the mate. You can't take because you're pinned down by the thing. And so now, you know, I could give less of a shit about the pawn. If you raise the king, I could take and check. If you go back with the king, I could check and then take the rook. If you, or actually I can't because of the, so here you're not actually mated, but you're about to be mated because, or no, you're not. But now you get this, whoops. Now you get this for free, basically. Okay, good. And then you're able to, like, I would love, like, a GM being in chat and, like, what level of game are we actually playing here? Like, is this a good game that I played? Am I 1700 FIDE? Like, what is it that I am? Because it feels like you can never appreciate what you're doing because... But you know what? Just because of how much I like trades, I wouldn't even mind doing that. Whoops, it's there, actually. Right? Giving a check. And then you'd be able to move there, but you can't. Can't move there. You have to move here, and then you're able to... I guess we could just eat up like a pawn here, maybe. Okay, good, good. I could just leave this page open whenever I play chess and then just play it whenever I feel like. But the problem is you're not really able to enjoy that because we need like a better notification sound or something just so I know what's happening. Like I clearly win, but he's still playing it out, which is fine. You should be able to basically just mate him here. The pace of this game was actually very fast because nobody feels like making the other player wait, but you shouldn't get forked by the king. Basically, that actually should be mate. Right, that's mate. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. How do you type something else? How do I actually change that? Flip the table in rage. How do we get it back? Game, classical. Whoops. Where is it? How do you switch sides, actually? Or I'll just manually do it. So you can just move either player's pieces, so it doesn't really matter. He goes here, I go there, good. He brings the queen, and then we just have to bring the queen back to counter it. A little sort of cheeky opening trap. I'd kind of like to change my my music, but I guess I won't. Or there isn't even, or there is supposed to be music in the game, but I don't even know in what capacity really, because take, it should still be fine. Like, I've been listening to this for too long, just stop it. Good song, especially for chess. What did he do? He didn't do anything yet. If you take, I take. If you take, I still take. May as well milk it when you find somebody because you're never going to find anybody ever. You go to there, I'll gladly take it. Just move the pawn. I like the way this guy instinctively plays, though, whether he's good or not. You know, it's kind of like he'll do the right thing in terms of, you know, physically, he knows what's going on. some people will be kind of lost and moving stuff back and around, not really knowing how it works. But he's playing with a sense of honor and accuracy, just like by the rules, which I don't know how much you can subvert that. I'm sure I could just like ban him for it, but you would think a lot of people would just troll in this game in a way that's not really very fair. Go right to there. He could take it, but I could take back. He's already kind of messed it up a bit. I don't see the point of that. That also opens up a great threat here, which at least could force the king maybe to move. Wait, what? What are you doing? He did the wrong diagonal. He's trying to take the pawn with it, but it's a white square. Or maybe he was trying to do it that way. Okay, so we can do this, give a check, and then even if he blocks it, I could take. So then or you shouldn't telegraph what your move is going to be. Oh shit, now he knows. But that's even better because we get to take the knight, go here. Then if you take, then I take and check, and then take the rook. If he had done it the other way, I would have took, he would have took, I would have took, he would have took. It might have been better. That's like a fake fork, I guess. He'll take back. And then you're like assuming your opponent's move, but I guess it's fine there. When it's that obvious, the game basically plays itself. Just watch out for the knights, watch out for everything. And just kind of back off for a bit now. He does have this interesting capability to actually force the knight to open the king, which is a bad thing to allow. But I also don't have a lot of great options to deal with it, and that actually fucks it up even more. Let's hope he doesn't do it. He'd be smart to. He doesn't seem like a bad player. He's just maybe not as experienced as me, so I can no longer pretend like I'm this beginner who's never studied or novice, whatever. I will gladly take it on face value. It's just like it takes forever to get better at chess. That's just the way that chess works. So what do you want me to do about it? If he takes, I take back, so I don't really care. Kind of let me off the hook a bit with respect to the the knight there. He should have just took, but he can still take it. He can take both knights. Just get rid of your bishop pair to subvert my very dangerous knight pair, surely. He could take, he could move the rook, move the knight. I would have just done this a long time ago, because look at how it fucks up my pawn so much. Although it does open an attack there, but... Okay. So now we have to try to start doing something in terms of the attack on the king. I'm not entirely sure how I would do, but you could certainly take here. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it, but it's kind of hard to say. That's an offensive king move, believe it or not, if there is such a thing. Just the idea that, you're trying to induce him to take, which he can't do, and then I could double take and check. This pawn isn't going to move anyway, so it doesn't matter. He goes up to there, which means I should still be able to double take. I don't like how they stack like that, though. Where was it now? I forgot. Was it there? Goldfish memory, chess player. Alligator took the valuation. Everything is fine with this position. I'm not in a great spot. I'm not in a terrible spot. I guess he should have moved the king maybe there instead if he could have. So here you could take, but you can't take. Here you could take that. Assuming he's going to do that. So then you go here. Up a little bit. Then the rook is still in question. The knight is still in question. He's really not a bad player. See, he's like me before I played chess for 2 years, or he's like just any average person who is just plays chess kind of casually for fun. I'm not gonna make too much fun of him or act like it's such a good accomplishment, but at least we got somebody to play against. I'll take better at competition. So as it stands now, I'm the best chess player on Tabletop Simulator, probably because I'm the only chess player on it. I'm Chaturanga World Champion because nobody actually plays Chaturanga ever. If you try to do that, you would induce the trade. You would put that away. You would put that there. Everything's good. Now it just becomes a question of how do I really do anything that's going to lead to me? We can do an unleash check with the king, which if like let's say the bishop was somewhere or whatever, you could actually do that to take something, but like the bishop's here, then I uncover check and then take. You give that, but I could just take with the pawn, so I don't get it. What? Or wait. Uh okay. That didn't really do anything though. So it goes from a check into a check, the ultimate. Then you could go or wait. I don't know what happened with that. Somebody maybe making a legal move. No covered by there. I think maybe he was in check already and neither of us noticed or something. I don't know. Even though 3 pieces versus 1. Oh, look at him, dude. Putting it actually on the side of the board. What do we do? How do you incorporate the knight here? I don't get it. No, don't do that. Whatever, I'll just do this. Try to get it out of the way. It just becomes so difficult to mate people even though you're winning by a substantial margin here. Just seems weird. He goes there. I'll check there. You can't take. And then what does it actually do for me? We might be able to check with the knight. The problem of doing that is you keep losing the cover if you do it. I don't know what I'm really doing with it either. I could try to take the pawn here, but I actually can't take it. I really wanted to do something with the knight, but again, it would kind of get in the way and cuck everything. Or I guess I could have checked from here, whatever this will be called then. Fuck. You should be able to still take and check, and then if he takes, I could take back. Takes, I take, then he has nothing left. Yeah, how would you get like multiple queens and things like that? I guess I don't know the functionality of this too well. Then you could unleash check and then guarantee the take on the thing. Because if you'd be able to take the bishop no matter what. Yeah, what's with the music? Where is that? Fuck. And that's pretty fun. So I win a best of 3 set by winning both in a row, both as white and black. This is what you got to do. You got to foster a chess community on Tabletop Simulator. That was such a good, civil, rightfully played game. It was fun. It was interesting. It was visually compelling. It was all the things that chess could possibly be. Put on a blindfold and cannot see anything. But yet he can still type. Objects, music. I don't know how music works, dude. Or I could like manually do it. This is like a wholesome, nice moment though, as much as I can sometimes be a little toxic or elitist, at least against myself. Notebook. I haven't messed with all the options, but basically you can do it totally fine otherwise. Mindfully can't see. I guess what you would have to do is you would have to change the number of people. Whoops. You'd have to change the number of people that you can use here because, you know, only 2 can play, but how do I change the server settings in such a way that you'd be able to, you know, add like a third person? That's kind of bullshit. You can add as many people as you want and just let them sit here and whatever. Like, what if we, I don't know how to do this. Here you want to exit. The reason why I want to exit is I want to join somebody else's chess game or I'll just make my own. But again, you can have as many players in there as you want. It's just I got to make it some kind of tournament. If you can beat me in a game of chess, then something. Peer-to-peer failed with him. What are we doing here? Let me make another one. So there were people still. You can have as many as you want. Yeah, fuck it, dude. Public chess server password nothing. Just go, oh fuck, I keep doing that. So now you would just wait. And it even says I'm color white, but it doesn't matter, right? I can just play as black. Fuck it. I don't know how you actually switch sides or do anything, but it just doesn't matter. I wish there was a much better notification for when you're able to actually win the game. Or I mean, when somebody actually joins in the game. That was actually fun. At least we got some value out of it. $20 for a 2-cent game against somebody. We saw in chat, like before that, some other people were in there. So it's okay to do it like this. I don't mind. But let's try to get to 16 as sort of a check mark here. Checkpoint. I'd be satisfied with that. How many more do we actually have to do? It's giving me like a pretty good provisional boost, but it might go down at some point here. I play the black pieces. He's going to be scared of me, even though he's 1,600. Over 4,000 games, dude. How many have I played? Like, not even 1,000. I'm almost afraid to touch the classical thing, but you see that I'm 1,700 there, and then you tremble in fear. You got to keep checking this, which I don't like doing in the middle of the game. So this is the only way to actually make this viable, which again is not necessarily the game's fault, but it's a case where you basically feel like it's so dead that you have to go out of your way to be able to play it. It's been out for so long, things of that nature. Either I'll go till I lose or till I get to 16, which either one is fine with me. You can take, I can deal with the weird pawn structure that is going to ensue from that. We could go ahead, pin this sucker down. It's a question of whether you actually want to do anything with it or not. Can't obviously do that. What if we do it like this? This is a very weird variation. I guess it's bad because you could have just took, and then if I took, then you took. So you kind of fucked it up. Or even now, if you took, I took, you took, but then I took. But in that case, it was actually a bad move because you could raise this. I don't know why I'm playing these unconventional ways. I guess because I'm getting too overconfident, as usual. We could back that sucker up. We could try to stop him from advancing with the pawn. Actually pretty important to do. It's very weird, and it almost makes him vulnerable with respect to... Okay, whatever, dude. Okay, dude. I'm distracted by having this in the background. I'm playing a simul. Fuck you, man. You don't deserve it, dude. None of these people who beat me deserve it. They all win on a technicality. Like, nobody can actually beat me in a game. It's impossible. Or at least on time, which is a legitimate factor. It's just, like, stupid. Even that's stupid. Oh my god, what am I doing? Would I be playing like this if I hadn't just won a couple in a row? Of course not. Now he comes like this, then he comes like this. Very good sequence of moves, potentially. I could actually double take there, but then you could still take. So as usual, the knight fucks everything up. But at least we're setting up for a very dangerous threat here. Because it might be the sort of one that you can't even escape from. Which means I definitely shouldn't take, because it's like... you should just force him to have to deal with it, basically. He would take, I would take, he would take, I would still take. So we're playing very aggressively. Kind of a clown way. If he takes, I take, then the king is wide open, but he can't even take, or he could take, I guess. Takes. Couldn't I have just took the knight? Or no? Could like double stack it, but that's bad because oh my god. Whatever I do there seems like it's gonna be pretty bad. If I go here, he could take or he could check. He could take, I could take, and there'll be a royal fork, or maybe it won't be. You wouldn't think I should really want to trade here, but that one's only doomed by the fact that I give away a piece because I'm so tilted at the beginning, and I don't really like how I'm playing, or I'm playing like overly aggressively and stupidly and trying to, rather than try to trade or save my piece, I end up, I don't know. Well, there you would just be able to take. Here you would just be able to royal fork. So you would be able to go here and just mate me. But you don't. You should have just mated me right where I stood on that street corner, but you didn't. Or it sounded like something happened in the other game. I start. Yeah, like I don't know how to play chess, dude. Fuck. You more like you don't know. He goes there, then I bring the knight. Okay, you're gonna put the queen there, right? Or maybe you won't. You could easily take it with the queen. Okay, maybe this one shouldn't count, or you can still do it again. Put me out of my misery, dude. You take it again. He's doing some kind of crazy Vienna folk beer gambit. Okay, dude, we get the point. You're good. So go ahead, take the sucker. I don't know why he's playing like this exactly. Okay, it's all good. Then we could go here. These hands are kind of cool. Actually, I like his better than mine. Mine just looks like a regular generic white whatever Windows sort of mouse cursor, but in his case it's actually a cool blue one that has a bit of style to it. You see the little cheeky dinky fork thing? You could go like this and you'd still be able to cover it. So if you take, I take. If you go back, I could double take. Or no, I can't double take yet. Kind of gives you an idea of their thought process as far as what you might take. I don't know why he's playing like that, dude. This sort of simulates the turmoil of whatever. Like physically moving the pieces in like a bullet context or something of the sort. So here you could basically just go like that, even though you arguably don't want to do it. We go back, I could attack again. I'm playing like overly aggressively, overextended with some of these things, but I guess it's okay. I guess I did say I'd play that till I lose too, but I feel like I could have gotten to 1600, but who cares? We'll save it for next week. I have like some really low threshold of effort. I think that's what I've realized in doing all this. I'll do well until I don't have to do well, or until I, become overconfident, and then I'll just throw super hard. Bring it to there. This is a very bad structure as far as the basically the thing. The what do you call it? This is under threat. I don't see what else is really going on. You got to be worried about this pawn's movement. You could take here, and that would be perfectly acceptable too. You could almost not even try to move your... Well, just to show that that's what you're taking it with, though. There was this game I grew up with. Kind of looked up to it, respected it, It was, we played our first work games together, made the most of it, things were good. And then one day I had an idea to build a website out of a game that only tryhards would play. And that game's name was chess. Or like there was some other part of that I forgot that I was gonna say. But here you give a nice little check. This is the game that we've chosen to play and waste our lives doing. You should have a pretty good attack here, but I can't figure out exactly what it's gonna be. Go like that. I don't mind even doing the trade, sure. His king's in a weird spot. Fuck. Yeah, if your king falls, you auto lose the game. Go like this and give a check. You've got a loose pawn hanging here. We have to figure out something with it. Not like you're mated or anything. You can go here. You have other options. You go there. I could go like this and sort of basically do a nice little pin situation. So if you move the knight, you could move the knight anywhere that you want. The problem is there's nowhere good to actually move it. And so I'll just do that. You're in check. So I kind of just ignored the pawn, which maybe is at my own peril. I mean, unfortunately, it's not like shogi where you can just punish them for making an illegal move. Okay. Now you could still do this. You could still give it another check there. And so you wouldn't be able to take it. I'd have like all sort of unleashed tactics. You go behind, or now he know. There's a lot of second guessing and doing weird stuff like that, but you could go behind it. So then you go here. You're in check again, and then we would take and check. Put it there, give the check, then we could like double attack this or something. Double attack. You're in check, you're not going to get mated yet, everything's fine. Or now there's no point because you're sort of pinning it down in a meaningful way, though, because if you move the knight, I could take. If you don't move the knight, I could still take, but it won't be as good, obviously. Try to create like some sort of a double stack situation. Yeah, there was a whole thing I was going on with that Hyman Roth little quote. That's one of those things I remember verbatim, that I love that scene so much, where he tells Michael, this is the business we've chosen. But basically, oh shit, I had an idea and then I got lost in what I was doing. I guess I could just ignore it for now. You could take with the bishop, you could take with the pawn. Either one is good with me. Take with the bishop. And then you could, once again, pin it down. You could give a check there. So it's interesting what I'm allowing to happen. And it could be that I end up getting mated or something because of it. But maybe I don't have much of a choice. Like, there's nothing you can really do to punish that. So you pinning it down. The light square bishop is fine. Everything is fine, but it's a dangerous spot to be in, to be sure. You could double attack it like this. You could go here. Like, it's, I'm only curious about what's happening with the rook. Like, what is he really going to do that's going to get me? Wait, you can't though. He's kind of made an illegal move multiple times over. You got to first move the king, or you got to figure something out. You go ahead, you give a check, and therefore you can take the rook. He's kind of in disbelief. I've become the very thing I swore to destroy in terms of the tryhards. Yeah, there goes that. Now it should be enough to just trade down. You go ahead, you take. And then you try to bring the rest of the pieces out, and you have enough of a situation to obviously just win the game on the strength of your piece advantage alone. Go ahead, give the check there. Look how hard it is to mate though. Like, I'm doing good, but I guess I just get too impatient. If you're like +1, I feel like, oh my goodness, you should already be about to mate them or something. Give the check here. I don't know what exactly that still does. Plenty of ways you can still escape. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Give another check. You can't really take anything because you have this infinite loop between the bishop and stuff. So you can't go there, can't go there. You can go to the dark square. You can't take that. Can't go there. I don't like this sort of, you know, needling around though, because it's like... you know, you once you touch the piece, you have to move it, but I guess you don't have to move it right away. You could go behind there, actually. That's an interesting move. You'd be attacking the defenseless knight. That one is actually pretty weird. All it would take is like one check from him, and it would totally fuck me over too. You're covering the bishop pretty well. You just have to figure a way to actually do some damage to him here, which again, it's basically impossible to mate. Or couldn't he have just took, or no, wait, he's just, it's suicide then. He just gave it up for nothing. What do you mean? Or his latency's kind of bugging out. Or you get the king fork if you go to the dark square instead. Wait. Yeah. Almost makes it sound like he's sniping me. Just let him have it. I don't even care. You go ahead, take the rook. I don't really even give a shit. Just do that. Go there, and then just we start to do the pawn movement. Go ahead, try to take the pawn, which you shouldn't be able to really protect. You take there, I can still take back. We take this, we take that. Go here. Takes. I take. Should be relatively easy to basically figure out the way of trying to promote here. But I guess if I don't, and if I mess it up, then I won't be able to do anything about it, because you know, you're not gonna have enough. Or no, you don't have insufficient material though. Like, you can do it, it's just kind of awkward. Comes to attack it now. He's going to be able to attack both together, but you won't be able to take it. So he goes there. I just have to not fuck this up. If he takes there, I take there. If he takes there, I take there. So either one is a good scenario. If you take, I take, and then it's too late. If you take, I take, and then it's also too late, kind of. Because then he could come, I could move, and then I could do whatever. Chase it, but you chase it in vain. Even the light squares are off limits for you. So it should be pretty much it. Unless, yeah, who's really going to regulate threefold repetition and things like that here, though? The fucking physics. Well, first of all, you can't even do that. Where did the queen even go? Give it a check. Just don't stalemate him here. I don't know if you want to play this part of the game out or not, but still has squares to go to, so it's not a big deal. Go here. Let's actually put it like there. Go down again. Couldn't I go like here or here? You can still go between whatever. We go here. Comes back. I go here. He comes back. Pretty good. So at least we got a little bit of value out of this. So it's not really an active community, but you can make it. If you build it, they will come. Let's go classic. Let's go chess. Or how do I, or whatever, I can still do it this way. Or how do you, I don't know what happened. Okay, you go to there. I could just ignore it and do the little King's Indian. We're kind of playing in a weird way. I don't know how I turn on first person view. I can't figure it out, so it doesn't matter. Like, I'm still playing chess. It shouldn't be a penalty that, oh, you know, whatever. It's still chess. So let's do this, even because I keep switching too. So like, how am I? Or I guess I'm not going to switch now. Whatever. This is my last game anyway, so fuck it. Or aren't I like already trapped? This is what's so stupid about it. About the knight. So we do the proper King's Indian. All you have to do is actually castle, and then you can actually decide to basically just move the knight back, which is not a very good move anyway, but it's good enough. Moving his pawns a little bit too much here. This really is like the truest expression of how bad you are at chess, though. Like, you have to bully people like this because you're just too much of a clown. If he takes, I can easily take back, so it doesn't bother me at all. I can take back with the knight. I can take back with the queen. I don't know how I entered first-person view, so I guess I just will have to deal with it for now. Gonna move that inside a little bit, which doesn't bother me too much. I guess I'll just take this. And then you're able to not really do anything about it. But my development is pretty bad, so he sort of lulled me into a false sense of security by moving his pawns around so much like a clown. So there, you could simply take. And so you won't be able to take back with the queen. Whoops, it actually fell down. Or maybe that's what you're even meant to do. Now you can take the pawn. It's not a big deal though. All I would have to do is just find a way to take the knight here. Like bring the bishop here to this dark square, and then I could double attack. Kind of a weird fork, but it's not really a true fork because you could just move back and you're still covering it, so I guess it's fine. You move it up the board and you're able to basically do this. You are covering it, so it almost doesn't matter. Like, the knight can't be taken. I can't really do anything about it. Or no, I could still double attack it, but where is it going to go? Pretty much anywhere it can go, I could just take it anyway. Let's just do like that for some stupid reason. Even though, I guess because the knight is already covered, or I mean the pawn is already covered by another pawn. What are you going to do here? You're going to bring it above the king or the queen, which is always like a bad move to do anyway. You'd be double attacking so you get the 6 for 6, and it could be worse if I let it fester here a little bit. So, not really seeing what the point of this position is, I guess. Go like this, and then it sort of telegraphs what you're even trying to do. You'll bring it there, and then he would take, and then I would take. He's going to do the 6 for 6. Take there, then he takes back, then I take again. It's sort of the thing that just makes you feel like it's good, but like, oh, you're just doing activity, and you're just trading pieces, and you're just doing stuff. But it doesn't matter because it's still even material. You go there, and then there's no real follow-up, so it should still be relatively even material. You come there, and so if he takes, I could take back with the bishop, so I almost don't even care. What we could do is we could prevent him from castling in the first place at all here, even protected by a double diagonal. If you take, I could take, and then you still can't take here. That one's a little bit awkward, but couldn't I just come back and take? What was the point of that? He just messed up, I guess. There's nothing you can do about it. The best you could do is try to... Wait. Somebody else connected. So we have as many people here as you want, but unfortunately I'm not going to be on for that long, so I'll just let it go. As long as he can't interact with the pieces, which he shouldn't be allowed to do. He comes to there, and then I could pin it down. I don't know how you even kick people or do things like that. Wait, so he comes... Wait, what did he do? What did he do? He was pinned here, so where is he going? You can always see his hand color or whatever. He'll take there, which I could still take back. All this sort of indecision while you're holding the piece is funny. Color orange, and he is disconnected. Okay, can you just make a move, dude? What are you doing? This is supposed to be blitz, high-speed play. Okay. You would take back with that. And so he's in a pretty bad spot. In fact, maybe what would have been better to do would still have been to take the rook. Because he's just not paying attention. He'll take there, which I don't even really care. And so now this is still here. So how exactly do I take advantage of the situation in any way, even? You go ahead, you pin that sucker down. The least instructive way to play chess, but this is actually a fun sort of format in which to do it. He takes there, interesting move. And then you can't take... You could be double attacking it in such a way that you're pinned, so I can still take. He has to address it by either moving the king or bringing another cover, but he doesn't have another cover. You could actually still queenside castle, though. I don't think he's moved the king and doing all this. If you queenside castle, what the fuck is that? Now you're still pinned, setting up for an unleash. And if you don't allow me to do the unleash, then maybe you'd be able to... Oh, shit, that was actually good. But now you would be able to actually take the queen because you... Or no, you wouldn't, because you could still block it, but at least it'd force the trade. Take there. And then... you would basically be trying to set up for the ability to bring out the rook. My position isn't actually that much better because all I have are these two measly knights, which are sometimes worse than pawns. Let's see here. Bring it to the open file. Everything is protected and fine. The biggest advantage of a knight in a lot of cases is just the fact that it's too bad to even trade down for. Did he even move? I don't even know. Or no. So many times I'm just missing where that's happening. You could set up to here and try to take there. You can't take because the knight covers. You just try to take. If he moves it, I'll just go behind it or something. Or no, you can't even move it. You could try to protect it there, I guess. You could try to protect it with the rook, something of the sort. If you raise it here, I could take. That's probably what he thinks I'm even trying to do, but it's not. Let's see how much these knights really come into play. You could sack a knight for 2 pawns, and that's still pretty good restitution for it. You raise a pawn, I could take with the knight, but if I do, then I lose the rook, so that's why that's a very good move, because you're able to... You push it out like that. I give a check. I won't be able to take. I love seeing what their hand is doing, like how they're processing what's happening. You go ahead, you check here. I might actually do that too, but he won't let me do it because he'll attack the thing. Fuck. I'll literally sack down a knight for a thing for 2 pawns, but he won't even let me. What? Wait. What happened there? So he's in check. My dimensions were wrong, or maybe he cheated somehow and I didn't realize what actually happened, but gives a check. I go here. Oh, come on with this bullshit, dude. You can still win. I don't know. In terms of the pawn advantage, too, that's your main thing, because the knights aren't going to do all that much for you, but you could raise it. If he takes, I take. You could still do it. You could raise this. You got to cover this at all costs. The king can take care of it. This other side's a little bit awkward. So, I mean, I obviously had the game won, so I don't know what I did there, but go like this. Try to chip away at the pawns. You go somewhere. You could move that. You could pin it down. It doesn't matter, though, because they cover each other, too. on top of everything else. Even if you take, I still take. I guess I just blundered my rook, or maybe I just misunderstood what happened, but I kind of went along with it anyway. Or it's really this one that he could be going after. But he really can't do it that way. Since they cover each other, I almost shouldn't have to do anything at all, because you're able to try to take this, I guess. Or he's going to give me like a fork at some point. Just let them defeat themselves. But this one isn't even covered, so that could become a problem. I'll just try to keep bringing the king out, I guess. You can't take the knights. You could try to double take them, I guess. Like bringing the king, but even then it arguably wouldn't be worth it. Just have to find a way to get these pawns out of here. Which again, my pawns on the other side aren't particularly well protected, but sometimes the greatest strength of the knight is when it just doesn't move at all. Just leave it in the same place the whole fucking game. Is there not a check fork opportunity? And there is, right? Or there's not. Or no, now he'd be able to double now he'd be able to double take. So you could try to take the knight. It shouldn't really happen, but it is still awkward. You would attack this one, basically. You could try to just take the pawns, and I'm going to have a lot of trouble actually covering them, because all I have are these dinky pieces that I don't even want. You can come here. I can raise it. I can try to take it. I can raise it. If he takes, I take. If he raises, I take. I gotta configure maybe my music in the game itself. Like, this wasn't an unenjoyable experience, but it was kind of hard to appreciate or do anything with it because it's so You're just trying to go through this and don't even worry about what he's doing, even though it's gonna be suicide because he's gonna promote somehow. If he takes, I take. If he doesn't take, I take. If he moves, I take. Everything is a take. Takes. He actually takes the knight though, which is very stupid. Okay, dude. Where is the fork? Like, I'm looking for a fork and I don't see one, dude. I'm just not seeing it. Very devastating move too, because now you realize that the thing can't move at all because it just sucks. So fuck it. Like, you just try to baby step my guy up here, or the problem with doing that is or you could just take it now. Okay, dude. Okay. We're gonna go to fork at some point and still win. Just wait. Where would you have to be to fork it right now? Like, I don't even get it. It's not even within range of doing that. And why would you attack that one instead? This one's at least covered. Even if you were to sack that, you probably would still win because... What? Wait, but why? You could go here, and then you could just try to sack for it, basically. It only gets to this point if you're a complete bozo clown, and you basically just, you know, I don't know what happened. I just gave up my rook maybe for nothing. That one's okay because you can just sit. You can just sit here for now. You come to there, and then you're able to not really do a whole lot with the piece because it's just not a very good piece. And so I guess what you could do is go back and just take it. And the act of doing that would still be totally worth it. And the reason why is because maybe my king could actually do something now. I'm not sure. You can attack it again. I guess I could sit here now and just try to take it on the final square. It's still a little bit scary, but you would think, of course, I could sack it. You would think that would be fine, but somehow it's not going to work, or then he'll beat me to catching up to these. If he comes into there, I can keep going back and forth. If he comes into here, then basically he would want to go here, ideally, to this dark square, because then he could both attack it and P2P session failed. Well, I guess I didn't lose, but it would have been a draw or something. Whatever, dude. Point is, at least you can find a couple games in here. So my chess journey was a pretty underwhelming one despite everything else. Chats have been active today, I can hear. Yeah, chat's not been active at all. How's it going? You caught me right when I'm about to end. Look at me multi-boxing chess in different games. I got to like 1550 very easily here, mainly because of the provisional little boost that I get, but I don't know. Like, the way that I lose games is so stupid. Like, I just lose interest at some point. Very late. I guess it's not that late because I started a while ago. Yeah, I do like the fact that at least people play this. Maybe I should keep resetting the server and seeing what happens. Like, let me try once more. This is all I want sometimes, is just like something simple that you can just play in a 3D capacity, which you can do a lot with this game, obviously. Midnight, yeah, that's fine. Let me see if there's... Nobody seems very friendly when you join their game. Nobody actually plays it. Whatever, that's good enough, I guess. Or no, I kind of feel like doing one more. Let's see if I can do it quickly. Everybody does tend to play fast anyway. Perfect example, if you build it, they will come. Like, nobody's actually playing chess, but then if I host it, eventually people will join. They'll see it in there and they'll make a point of it. 1534 for you. What do you prefer, 24-hour time or 12-hour? I guess 12-hour is at least more common. Only people I know who really use 24-hour time is probably the military, maybe. That's even what it's called in a lot of places. You prefer 24? Is that something that's commonly used where you live? Like in Australia, is that the normal way of doing it? You're going into the military? Well, that is fair, but I don't know. Maybe some countries actually do when you're older. Maybe some countries actually do use that, though, as a standard thing. I feel like India sometimes uses that for some reason, even just on a national level, not just for military purposes. It's about half and half. That's interesting. Yeah, here it's pretty much 0% of people actually use that. In a way, it makes more sense because it's like, you know, you could say it's 12, but you don't know what 12 you're talking about. Why use it on their phone? Who? Not why. What do you mean? Who uses it on their phone? Yeah, I've never seen somebody use it on their phone. Or like, period. I love how it shows your picture there. That one has really grown on me, almost to the point where, how many icons do I have like that? Let me show off all my art while we wait. This is my one for Destiny, which is okay. I'll rate them. Like on a scale of 1 to 3, this is like a 2. It gets the concept across, but it's not like artistically great. This one is like a 1 out of 3. It gets the concept across, but it's kind of dumb and doesn't look too good. This one is pretty good. I'll give it a 2 out of 3. It has a good concept and story behind it, but it's not really the best drawn. Like the Pharaoh's on a diet here. And then this one is a 2. It has a good idea behind it, which is typically how I do these arts. but they're not. It doesn't look that good, but I like the idea behind it. Like you're an alliance player coming to the Orgrimmar for the first time. That's the same thing, just with the text on it from my old story. This is pretty good. Actually, this is almost a 3. I'll still say it's a 2 though because it doesn't look that great, but it has a funny concept idea behind it. It looks okay. Really what? This one's probably a 3. I mean, you can't really beat this. It takes after the Kaiba thing, where he's telling you you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck or whatever. It takes after Falric's line, where he's like, the children of Stratholme fought with more ferocity. It's very high quality. Like this is one of the best pieces of art that I've ever been associated with. That one and maybe this one. Like this actually looks like professional quality art. Like this is what a big streamer would do. And even they wouldn't come up with such an awesome inventive idea for it. You gotta think outside the box. This one's pretty shitty. This is maybe even a 1-star one. Like, it seems funny. Yeah, that's my whole motif that I was looking for too, the shush. Every thumbnail I make will be a shush for like a main series, where it's just like my main character doing that symbol. Because that's what my channel should be all about, even though I'm not that quiet anymore. This is like maybe a 2, it's a decent piece. And that actually might be a 3. Because it has like a lot behind it. This is like a 1, it's just stupid screen. Doctor, again, you've contracted stage 5 cancer. You have 1 week to live unless you get a dog or a cat because you need a furry friend, not to be confused with an actual furry. I think I'll wait on that. This one is a 0. Yeah, this is a 1 because it has a concept, but it sucks. I hate, like, what the fuck is this, dude? That's not even a piece of art. That's not a piece of art. That's some old thing. That's just what I use as my starting soon screen. Or I mean, even this one is pretty good. I'll give this a 2 once again because the concept behind it is cool, but it's not really that well done. Well, you're dead now? No, I thought you said in a week though. You can't just change it. This is always the shame of a game like chess. Like it's so good and it can be so fun, but why do I feel the need to do this? I guess because I like the 3D pieces, and then it's obviously dead when I do go to do it. So I don't know what to do with this. He'll die in a week. Is your name Andy? No, a lot of people actually ask that. I guess it's like some old school thing that people used to do. Not even that old. Like they would do this joke, if you can even call it that, right? Like with big streamers and stuff or whatever, that they would use alliteration. So like everything you say, right? Like whatever adjective you say, like dying Daryl or whatever, just they'll put a name that starts with the same letter as the adjective that they're describing you with, and that would pass off as like a joke. Hey pig, how's it going? I'm waiting for somebody to join these games because this is such a dead thing. Although I did find a couple people. You don't have to say you're a mod every time, dude. Uh oh, look, somebody's actually here. Yeah, let's play one final game for the road, and then I have to go. Is the color blue? It shouldn't be that I'm always white, but be back in like 5 minutes. Okay. I might be gone by then anyway. We just play the game. How to play this game. Fuck, does he really not know how to play? I'll teach him. What chess game is it? This is just the default one. Just not a mod or anything, just like actual chess. This guy's pretty funny. I think he genuinely doesn't know that. Okay, so we go here. I'm far too experienced for you. Oh, this is a tabletop simulator. which yeah, it's not really it's meant for chess specifically, but there's like a lot of card games and different things you can do with it. This would have been fun in its heyday when it was actually pretty active. Or he's just going to copy my movement pattern. That's the best way to learn. You don't know how the pieces move, but you just saw how mine moved. The best $20 I ever spent, but I guess I can't hold it against the game that much. I can only play Chinese chess. I have actually played that a little bit. Or what? Does he want me to do that instead? Where is it? Wait, is that even an option? Whatever, I'm done, dude. I gotta go. At least we found another opponent. But again, that is fun. I'm addicted to the 3D pieces. I don't think I'll even play on these sites anymore, even though I just did. Like, it's the same thing. I just wish you could integrate them, which there is that one game that I'm depending on to help me do that. But yeah, what are the chances of that? There's one game ever in existence that's claiming to have this integration with the website, like with chess, but it comes out this exact month that I'm about to, that I'm about to quit playing online anyway on these websites because I'm just sick of them.